Everyone is able to hear me? See, Maven, I told, right? Maven is another tool I told you already. I'll be telling you that. But when you install Eclipse, automatically Maven will come. Automatically Maven will come. So, 1 minute. Still, I don't have Google Classroom link as a faculty access. But and this is your recorded YouTube videos. All right, everyone is able to hear me? Everyone is able to hear me? Yeah. I'm just sharing my screen. So in pom.xml, I'll add this I did not add this JUnit dependency. I'll add that. The contact manager. I did not add that. Right. So everyone understood yesterday's code, what I'm explaining, what I explained. Any doubts in this course? In this? So I have an organization name for Airtel. And this is the method for adding the customer data. And this is the method to check if the customer list already contains customer ID. Similarly, I will also actually I'll also have one method for get organization name. Okay. Any doubts in yesterday's program, which I told this program? Right. Yesterday I told you, right? This program. Right. I told this. This flow I already told. Right. Now, shall we start writing the test case? So what I'll do is in my form.xml, I'll add this dependency. Okay, this is your dependency JUnit. This one I'll remove this part. I don't want to go with the older version. I'll use only the updated version. Now, what I'll do is I'll write now the test case. I'll remove the test case now. That is this one. Now here I'll say public class customer manager test. Right. So I'm just testing this code. Okay. I'm testing this code. So here what I'll do is now I'll say I will write one test method here. I will say public void add customer test. Right. Now I'll say define input to be passed to add customer method. Right. This is the first one. Okay. So right. I already shared the recorded videos above. Just see in the above chart. Just see in the above chart. I already shared the recorded videos. Again, I'm sending. So now I want to test this method. For that, I pass the required input, right? I pass this input. What is the input? I pass some input here. ID, first name, last name, phone number. These are your input, right? So take this and pass some input here. Say we have C100. String last name. String phone number. Right? Okay, I'm just giving some number. Now this is your input, right? For every test method, first step is input. See, in the previous also, the first we have to define input. Okay, the first we have to define input. Now, just define expected output. So define expected output, right? So define expected output. So what is the expected output when I call this add customer method? So what is the expected output? It is returning a customer object, right? It is returning a customer object, right? The expected output from this method is a customer object, right? With this property values, right? So that is the expected output. The expected output okay. The expected output is the customer object whose ID is C100. Whose ID is C100. So this is the expected output, right? So I'll just put like string expected customer ID. Okay, string expected customer ID is equal to C100, right? So this is the expected output, right? So customer object whose ID is C100. So I'm just telling expected customer is C100. Now what I'll do now, get the actual output. So what is the actual output? I'm creating now one object called customer manager. New customer manager, right? Then I say manager dot add customer. I'll pass ID. I'll pass first name, last name, this one. And this will return a customer object, actual customer object. This is returning a actual customer object. Now what I have to do? Now compare expected output with actual output. So how I do? I'll say asset equals of, I'll say expected customer ID, comma, actual customer dot get customer ID. Okay, this is your so this is your expected customer ID and actual customer dot get customer ID. We are comparing. So if expected customer ID is equal to actual customer ID, then test case is passed. Else fail. Right? That's all. Okay, that's all. So this is your expected customer ID, your actual customer ID. Okay, so now let me run this test case. right? So that means my test case is passed. Okay. See, what is the advantage of this is we can find the bug in the code. Sometimes by developer, what he will do, developer, he doesn't realize his mistake. And when he's doing the programming, in place of customer ID, in place of ID, he pass first name. He doesn't realize the mistake. He does like this. He doesn't realize the mistake. But my unit testing will catch this. You see. So I'll say run as JUnit test. See, I got a fail. You see, it is throwing an error. He expected C100, but was Pradeep. Then he'll go to the code. What customer? So first name I'm setting here. In place of ID, mistakenly I'm setting first name. Right? So developer now, he finds now this where he has done the mistake. So now he'll correct it to ID. Okay, now let me run again. See, now I got success. Everyone understood? Everyone, any doubts here? Any questions? Please repeat shortly. Okay, so what I have to repeat here? Is this the first session for you? Is today the first session? Line number 23, customer means it's a data type. Yeah, this is a data type, right? This is a data type. Straightforward, actually. Just define the input, define the expected output, get the actual output, compare that with this asset equals. Main benefit of JUnit testing. I shared you the recorded videos. Just go through the recorded videos once again. So once again, 4 videos I shared you. Just go through them. Okay. Now let me do some more test cases. Everyone understood this one, right? So I'm expecting this customer ID when I call this method. Now I'm getting the actual customer. Then I'm comparing the expected customer with the actual customer. Now let me show you one more. I'll write one more method here. I'll say public collection customer get all customers. Return customer list dot values. Right? So I'm adding one more method, get all customers. So where all customers will be present in this list, right? In this list, I'm adding all the customers. So when I say customer list dot values, it will give all the customers. right? Now, so in customer list, I'm adding this. In customer list, I'm adding the customers. Now, when I say get all customers, when I say get customer list dot values, it is a collection method, Java collection method. See, compulsory, you should know Java for this. For this, this is a full stack developer, Java developer course. Remember. Okay, this is a full stack Java developer course. Right. So now I'll test this method also. So what I'll do is now, now I added one customer here. Now, let me know what I'll do is, now I'll say collection. Right. Now I'll say collection customer list is equal to manager dot get all customers. Okay. Then what I'll do, then what I'll do, I'll just say asset false list dot is empty. Okay, there is one more. See, there are different types of assets in JUnit. There is one asset called asset equals. There is one more asset called asset false. You know what asset false will tell you, okay? If list dot is empty is false, then test case is passed, else failed. So what do you mean by this means? When I say asset false means JUnit will expect this to be false. When I say asset equals means JUnit will expect these two should be equal. Remember. So when I say asset equals means so JUnit will expect both should be equal. That means whatever I put like, so when I say asset equals of expected output, actual output. So JUnit will expect expected output and actual output should be equal. Right? Suppose if should be equal. Suppose if the expectation, so J will expect expected output and actual output should be equal. So if they are equal, test case is passed. Else failed. Okay. Similarly, I'll say asset false of some Boolean value. So JUnit will expect Boolean value to be false. So then only test case is passed. Else failed. So whatever this Boolean value that is coming, that should be false. Then only test case. Accept means expect. JUnit will expect Boolean value to be false. Then only test case pass, else fail. So in this scenario, what I'm doing now, you see here. So if you see here, I'll remove this. Now, when I say manager.add customer, where it will go? It will go to the this method, add customer. Add customer. Okay, this will go to this method. Right? So this will go to this method. So manager.add customers, it will go to this method, right? Right? So I'll just call this again. So I explained this, right? So when I say now add customer method, that means this method will be called, you are passing some values here. Some values you are passing here. Now it is adding into a customer list. How many? Now in customer list, there will be one object will be added, right? There will be one. What is the key value of that? I'm passing what is the key value? Your key value is C100. Your key value is C100, right? And the value is a customer object. Now a record will be created in the hash map. So hash map as the entry with C100, right? Now, when I say manager.get all customers, what it is calling? Your manager.get all customers is calling this method. Your manager.get all customers is calling this method. Right? So it is calling this method. Now, when I say customer list.values, that means this hash map entry values will become. Now this will return a list now. Is this list empty? Is this condition true or false? Tell. It is returning some entry in the list. Now list dot is empty, true or false? Tell me. Is list.isEmpty is true or false? Is it true or false? True. How? How list.isEmpty is true? There is an entry right here. I'm calling this add customer method. So this add customer method is creating a entry, right? Put. It is doing a put, right? How this is true? See, understand this logic actually. What this is doing. So is customer list.isEmpty true or false? Tell me. I'm expecting more answers. Why no? Why actually very few people are telling? See, just think like is list.isEmpty true or false? How many are telling false? True. Why true? If true means why true? See, just see this. See, manager.add customer, where it is going. This is going to this logic, right? And I'm adding the customer list, right? In the customer list, I'm creating an entry, right? Right. Now when I say manager.get all customers, where it is going? It is going to this, it is getting this collection, right? Right. Now, when I say list.isEmpty, true or false? List contains some entry, right? When I say manager.get all customers, it is returning this entry. This entry it is returning. So this is false. So list is not empty. Right? So list.isEmpty, true or false? False, right? This is false. So if it is false, asset false will make the test case pass. Because asset false means what? Asset false means JUnit will expect Boolean value to be false. Then only test case is passed, else failed. Right? Now let me take another question. Asset true of list dot is empty. Right? Now I'll say asset true. Asset true of Boolean value. Right? So JUnit will expect Boolean value to be. So JUnit will expect Boolean value to be true. Then only test case is passed. Else failed. So asset true means JUnit will expect Boolean value to be true. That means it will expect true. Then only test case is passed, else failed. Now let me take now this. Now suppose here I put asset true of list.isEmpty. Now is this true or false? Is list.isempty true or false? This is false, right? This is false. List is not empty. So, list is not empty. So that means list.isempty false or true. This is false, right? List is not empty. So when I say asset true means, that means this will make test case failed. Asset true will expect this value to be true. Asset true, so will expect this value to be true. That means if list.isempty is false or is true, test case is passed, else failed. Right? If list.empty is true only, test case is passed, else failed. Now this is false, so this will be failed. Right? Now I'll tell you one more scenario. Asset false, so what do you mean by this? Asset false of this. What asset false will expect? This condition to be false. Then only test case is passed. So if this condition is false, test case is passed, else failed. So what will happen now? When I say not list.isempty, so is this true or false? List.isempty is false. So not false is true, right? This is true. This is true. See, list.isempty is false because list is having some data. So list.isempty is false. So not list.isempty true. Now asset false. This condition is true. That means the test case is failed actually. So the test case is failed. The test case is failed. Okay, now I'll give another example. Asset true, list dot is empty. I'll say not. Asset true of not list dot is empty. So what do you mean by this now? So what is asset true? That means this condition should be true to make test case passed. Now is this condition true or false? List.isempty is false. Not of false is true. That means this is true. So asset true, what will happen now? So this will make the test case pass. Test case pass. Understood, everyone? That means asset true, of not list.ism. Okay. So this the inside is a Boolean value. If list.empty is false, then test case is pass, else fail. That means asset false will expect the inside value to be inside means this value inside this to be false to make test case pass. To make test case pass, otherwise failed. Otherwise failed. Now, similarly, asset true will expect the inside value to be true to make test case pass, otherwise fail. Now, again, that's all. Now, this is true or false. This is false. So thereby, this test case is passed. So this test case is passed. Because list.isempty is false. Right? Now, so this test case is passed or failed. So this test case is failed because list.isempty is false. Why? Why? Because asset true will expect this to be true actually, but this is coming as false. Now, is this pass or fail? List.isempty is false. Not of false is true, but asset false will expect this as a false. So thereby this test case is failed. Is failed because asset false, because this is coming as true. So list.isempty is false, not of false is true. Now, so this test case is passed or failed. So this test case is passed or failed. List.isempty is false, not of false is true, is passed because this is coming as true. And whenever this is true, your asset true will be true. Right? Now, shall I run this code? Run as JUnit test. See, I got red color mark. Okay, because I think in line number, here it is failed. Here it is failed. So see, here it is failed. Here it is failed. So since it is failed, it's not going further. It is not executing these two. So here it is stopping. Suppose if I comment out this also will be failed. Let me run see. See, this also is failed. See, test case is failed. Now, suppose if I comment out this, I think now this is passed. This is also passed. Now see, it is passed, green color. So this is passed. So this is also passed. Any questions till now? Any doubts? Everyone understood? Any doubts? Any questions till now? Everyone understood what I told till now? Asset to false, asset true. Right? Why line number 47 and 51 false? Right. List.isempty is false, right? Because list there is actually there is a content in the list, right? There is a content in the list because I'm adding the customer data that is storing the list. That is storing the, just see the actual method here. It is calling this method and it is adding in the list. Any doubts? So if you see, this is the table. Asset equals, asset false, asset true. Okay, everyone clear? Whatever I'm telling you. All right then. Okay then. Today I have one urgent work actually. I don't actually Google Classroom link, even I am also not able to access. That's why I'm checking with the admin actually. Google Classroom link, I am also not able to access. I am also getting some error. I'm checking with the admin. Just wait for some time. So I'll upload all these notes and everything in the this one. No, Google Classroom link for you it is provided, but for me, from faculty login, I'm not able to access. For faculty login, I'm not able to access. So that's why I'm just checking with admin. Okay. So just wait for some time. I'll check and I'll update. All right then. So then tomorrow I'm going to continue again. Okay. Tomorrow we'll see some more test cases. And yeah, this is for full stack Java only. That's why you should know Java programs perfectly. You should know core Java programs perfectly. All right. So fine then. Thank you all. See you tomorrow then. Okay. I have urgent work. I have to log out. So tomorrow we'll continue then. Okay. Thank you all. Yeah. Thank you all. I don't have the recorded videos. You have to connect with, I think, your admin. 1 minute, actually. I'll just... yeah, I think yesterday, madam, actually, 1 minute. I think Supriya, madam, you have to contact madam in this WhatsApp. I'm sending you this number. Please contact. I sent to everyone. Everyone received? Yeah, you should know that customer is a data type. You should know the core Java, right? Okay, I'll tell you tomorrow. Okay, thank you all. See you then.